easy at all. It's not just the fighting. There's a lot going on all the time.
Is Julie online?
Not yet.
Okay,
but we
all
can
right.
start.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Budget Committee meeting being held on Monday, June 16th, 2025. I believe everyone has received copies of the capital and expense requests. We have 21 capital requests and 34 expense requests. Chair Reyes, Farah, and I met last week to discuss and prioritize. As a reminder, the Budget Committee has no mandate, so any compromises will have to be made amongst the committees. Remember that any items that are not addressed by the BP, this is just the first bite. Julie and Farah will also approach the electeds for consideration. So if they're not covered by the BP, perhaps the electeds can be the second choice of funding. Finally, while the committees have priorities, it's important to remember to consider the district in toto. So hopefully that will help any negotiations, any compromises that have to be made. So the floor is open. Are there any proposed line item changes? We could take a look at expense first.
Do you want me to share that on?
Please.
You're looking at capital first,
Expense.
expense first.
Yeah. We tried to track, the priority, that the committees listed. And then, of course, at some point, you have to, someone's got to take precedence over some other committees, number one, and so forth. So, this is, Farah, I think we were thinking that youth and public safety certainly should be prioritized, and then aging, especially since these centers are largely located in the Riverdale area.
Yeah, we had a lot of new requests this year for aging and I believe, was it youth and education? So we looked at last year's priorities, but we felt those also should be considered for priorities this year. So there's a lot of new ones.
Is there, I've seen the Riverdale Y North lunch program and there was another one, seemed like it was aging. Is there a way to, add like additional locations just to broaden it? So it's not just the Riverdale Y. I don't know if there are other places that are having lunch programs. I mean, there's North lunch programs.
There's certainly a way. What the committee did though is reach out to all organizations, ask for their priorities. And what's in there are the organizations that actually submitted what they need and what they've submitted to their elected officials. So that's why it specifically states those organizations.
Okay.
I
But
thought
we
it,
can maybe add the caveat and any other organizations that need these same programs or something to that effect.
it's very Riverdale centric,
Well, it's
I-
it's
Right.
not as if we did not reach out to everyone in our district.
Mhm.
Yes, there is a large portion of senior centers happen to be in
Mhm.
Riverdale.
Well, Riverdale,
That's the
yeah.
issue.
Mhm.
So just that's why it states those specific places.
Mhm.
Right, yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I was just wondering if even like there's a way to expand it so that if we put in the budget priorities that we want to just fund, cover increases in per meal costs at Riverdale Y and other locations as
Mhm.
requested or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, which number?
Eight.
December 8th.
How many
So
Norks are there in the district? There's at least Amalgamated, Riverdale Y, do we know of others?
we don't, so that's why should we say and other, to
As
amalgamate?
as requested or something like that. 'Cause I think what's one of the great things about the budget priorities is it raises awareness.
Mhm. So what's the wording that we're suggesting and other?
Yeah, I think that's right.
What do you think? And other senior centers or
Other
other
senior cen-
senior,
I mean, this is a Nork specifically.
yes.
Yeah.
I would just keep it to Nork.
Yeah,
And other centers
Just to
Supply
have
norms.
more,
other
you know,
networks and
yeah.
Yeah,
other
because they're not really centers.
networks
Mhm.
in our district.
Mhm.
Okay,
Hi. Hi.
there.
I'm Julie.
okay.
I see that some of my issues have been kind of put towards the end. Is there a reason for that?
Put towards
Can
the
you be
end,
specific?
We're looking
I
at
have one
expense.
up front,
Mhm.
which I appreciate, number 4 for the library. And then my school start in the 20s. Actually 19.
19, right.
That's the first time it shows up. Economic development has more before me and also right near me. And aging has, I'm not trying to say that they're not important, but I feel that mine are important too.
Sure,
In
well,
economic development, they only had one, right?
yeah, we made sure every committee had one in the top
I
five
saw
tiers.
that.
So after that, like, this is very specific for this, it's a very expensive program, the likelihood of this getting funded is not gonna be as likely as some of the others that we thought had a chance. So I think that's where we were coming from.
And again,
On
the,
this,
the electeds, there's still a shot to get the funding through the
Mhm.
elected, so it's not a one-shot deal through the VP's office.
Well, to the city.
Or
yeah.
through the city, I stand
Mhm.
corrected, through the city.
I mean, we worked very hard in the committee to put it in a certain order.
That's why I prefaced my comments with,
Yeah.
it's not meant to say that, we're putting a different valuation on the individual committee priorities. But then when you get so many committees together and you have so many slots, um, you know, some request has to take precedence over others. And economic development specifically only had one, so,
And again, these are specific items we're gonna reach out to the elected officials on for sure. The schools for sure.
If it makes you feel better, Sylvia, my number 2 is 17, so I'm right there.
And then, yeah, I mean, if anyone has comments on the order or what they think should not be up there, just let us know. So 17 is the swimming lesson.
The swimming
Yeah.
lessons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great, that's also new, so if
Mhm.
there are other requests that have already been in the pipeline, I think that's a consideration we also had too.
Mhm.
That I guess the longer they stay in the cycle, the better chance it is for the city or the electeds to take a look at it. So, you know, that might be why we de-emphasize the new requests.
Yeah. I mean, the jobs, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, because like the
Mhm.
jobs program for young adults would make a big difference in the district too.
Mhm.
The swimming lessons, you know, it's like a life-saving skill,
Absolutely.
but I get it, like, they're both are really important.
Mhm.
So and hopefully we will learn a little bit when we meet with parks on, because they've just started offering swimming lessons at Walton. So how successful has that been with
Mhm.
enrollment and such,
Mhm.
so. Hopefully success will be success.
Yeah, every year you hear about kids drowning, so it's a
Mhm.
horror.
Yeah,
But again, it's not a commentary on, you know, us not valuing, not seeing value of that request.
right.
But also gives the opportunity of pools to be open in buildings and co-ops and stuff like that, cause
Mhm.
sometimes they can't open their pools because they have no lifeguards.
They're the lifeguards, yeah,
Yeah.
well, and the really getting the kids so they can learn how to swim is actually like a 5-year plan, so that we actually have lifeguards.
Lifeguards.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like, I think 1 through 6 are you know, top priorities, and then health and safety, 7 through 17. And then it feels like there are other things that are quality of life and,
Mhm.
things like that, so it does feel to me like the right kind of prioritization.
Well, that's nice to you. Okay.
Actually, economic development had two.
Sure.
No, I
Okay.
printed mine.
Did you wanna move on to capital?
Okay, so if there are no further comments on expense, we're gonna take a look now at the capital request. Again, we have 21.
Actually, one quick question, Farah, just to confirm, number 28, the Bruckner box in Henry Hudson Park,
Yes.
that's still a capital item
That is. still-
or an
Oh,
expense
is it
item?
under expense?
I mean, it's still an expense item, yeah, under expense.
Yes,
Is it expense or is it capital?
that I can check.
Okay.
Expense
Because we were,
account.
we were hoping it would just fix it.
Yeah, and they're saying now they need money to do that, so. DEP and both, as you know, both back and forth for a year now. Talked about it every month.
Yeah,
DEP, I think initially said that they would,
it would just take care of it,
yeah,
yeah.
and they're saying that they can't, that Parks has to do it,
Yeah.
so
All right, you will keep asking.
I will keep asking. And again, anyone who has requests, things to talk with city agencies about, I always say, let me know. Cause we talk at the monthly meetings, we do, I mean, we could spend a year or two, but we do resolve certain issues because they're constantly being talked about at our district service cabinet meeting. That the city agency will actually take care of. So I always stress that.
Yeah.
Takes time, but we definitely push them hard on these issues.
All right, capital,
Mhm.
very happy with the number one ranking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm happy with number 21, because it's already being addressed, the Steph Street.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why it's 21.
Summit Place one, yeah.
It's gonna take until 2029 to be completed, but it's,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
already,
That's the one they're working on, right?
yeah, but it's gonna take 3 years,
Yeah.
yeah.
And again, with the Step Street upgrades, this is something we are gonna still send to DOT separately. So also why it's kind of towards the back.
Yeah, no problem. If they already presented it to me, so. Actually, it's very interesting what they're gonna be doing. It's gonna have, an area where people can take their bikes down. People with disabilities will be able to come up and down on the ramp.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so it's, you
Kind of
know,
exciting.
it's exciting. The only little glitch is people who live on like the first and second floor where the ramp may go, then they may overlook into their apartments.
Right,
But other than that, I think it's an exciting and dynamic plan, especially with people with disabilities.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to keep in mind with all the Step Street reconstruction. That's what they have to do the reconstruction, so if it's a small area, it's unlikely to be repaired. Because they would have to
Yeah.
make it ADA compliant and do that whole zigzagging.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome. All of
yeah.
those grocery carts and strollers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grocery carts, you mean good grocery carts can get up or bad grocery carts?
I always help get them.
People, you know.
Oh, those grocery carts, the ones they take from PJ's and take them all the way up.
No. That might also,
We don't need to encourage that.
I don't think it needs encouragement. Hopefully people will be able to get up and down really easily. That's great.
And Sylvia, we did put a lot of these issues in the top 10 for education on the Capitol. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, PS 24, that looks terrible.
Yeah, I was surprised to read about that.
Yeah, me too.
So, under housing, number 2, the rehabilitation of the community center, is that, like, it says, It says it's already, we wanna continue to support this project until its completion. Is this one of those ones where there's already funding for it? And we wanna put it on the continued support list? And take it off of the unfunded list? Remember, because they talked about having a separate list that was the continued support list. It would clear up the spot for us.
I will check on that. We will check on that.
Okay.
Hi, Laura.
No.
It's stuck on a train.
Oh.
Okay.
That's it as continued support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
instead of taking up a spot, but because it's so important.
they said to put it at the bottom, but put continued
Support.
Yeah.
So put it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Continued support, this way it stays on the list and they know that they have to.
So then
Yeah.
the AS 24 moves up to number 2.
If you want, I have a list of the continued support capital projects that have been funded for parks. I'm sure there's another one, and we put it on there so we
That
can
would
keep
be
reminding
great.
them.
Yeah,
That's very necessary.
We can just send that.
Any other comments?
we're going over the capital list.
So the Argus cameras, if I remember correctly, the budget response from the agency last time was kind of like, we don't take requests for Argus cameras, was that true? It was kind of a like,
It's true, but it's not.
we wanna keep
these
advocating,
Done through the council member's office.
okay,
And it's always listed on here, and that's how it gets funded when it goes through
But
that.
the commander makes the choices,
He makes the choices that make it to this list.
right,
oh, got it, okay,
and
So the
they're
commander-
updated every year. This list came from the commander.
oh, got it, okay,
But the funding is through Dinwiddie, right?
Quite
Yes,
possibly, yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
or whoever is the council member for those areas.
Right.
Yes.
Not Dinwiddie specifically.
The council member, yeah.
Right.
Alan Chandler Park entrance on Jerome, is that in our district?
What number you at?
8,
Oh,
number 5.
Number 5, but it's,
No, it's not us.
choice 8, Jerome Avenue is not a federal thing. I mean, Bob, have you ever done it as a shared route? You know how Van Cortlandt Park is kind of shared?
No, I
We
don't,
don't do Chandler.
not that I can recall, no, and you're right, Chandler is on the other side, it's in 12.
Yeah.
So we'll remove that one from our list.
Yep.
Which number is that?
That's it's already 5 on the capital list, but it's number 8 on the list. Yeah, on capital.
And number 9 or just 8?
Just number 8. Number 9 is in our district.
I
Reservoir
believe
Drive.
it is, and then exterior street.
Exterior streets in ours, yeah.
That area becomes 7. I think that becomes 7.
It's CB7 at Goulden. Down to, on the other side of the west side of. That side of Goulden is 7 and this side of Goulden is us, but Goulden is the line that goes down to Kingsbridge Road. So Webb is definitely ours.
Okay, so 9 is us,
9 is us, yeah.
but exterior,
Is us.
Exterior is us, cause that's over by Broadway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 is in fact capital. The computer, the building management system. I guess
Yeah.
it's more than just the computer.
That runs the heat and air conditioner in the school. That's how Intech had it on their list, right? It's capital. So that's why we kept it as that. That's how they submitted it. To, cause they did submit it to SCA and the electeds as
Okay.
that, but we can ask as well.
Okay.
I guess because they said either new or updated, so. One is more expensive than the other.
And we can ask in tech about that again, if it's capital. expense.
Slide is for me. Okay. Thank you, thank you. All right. I'm going to take roll call now. Sylvia Alexander. Actually, Sylvia, you're gonna have to
I'll
sign
give it to
after
her,
us,
yeah.
okay. Margaret Della,
Present.
Rashida Hilliard.
Here.
Ed Green,
President.
Rabbi Bob Kaplan. Daniel Rowan. Ramdad Singh. Deb Travis.
Present.
Sergio Villaverde. Julie Reyes.
Oh, I'm not a member, I'm a guest.
Ah, okay. And Debbie Allen.
Present.
And is Sabat, who's the vice chair of hospitals? Is it Sebastian?
Yes,
He's on.
but,
He's,
Yeah.
he's sitting in for the, is there?
but he's on Zoom.
Well, maybe he can comment though, if he has any.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's Zoom, maybe that's Zoom, but-
That's absent, absent. Six,
Seven.
seven, so you have quorum.
All right, so we have quorum. Do you put it here?
Oh, no.
Okay. So you just need to sign off. All right, so now I'm going, are any comments from Bob, Laura, or Ed concerning, the expense or capital requests?
Nope. No.
Laura?
No, I didn't have the list of us. I think we have everything. The John Deere Gator utilities number 2 on the expense, and then the cameras number 5. I think that was it on our list, so.
I actually do have one thing, I'd just like to say, so, I know some of these items are, they could be delegated to the city councilman, so I don't know, you know, even if they don't make the grade, how they could be put in that way, I don't know if you had anything to add to that. Is that the route we're going, if we're not gonna?
Right,
Okay.
right. That this is nearly the first fight, so
Okay.
that Julian Farrell will be able to give it to the electeds for consideration.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, well, in some agencies like parks, there's only the electeds for capital anyway, so.
Other than that,
No.
okay. Do we need to,
Any old business?
And then-
Do we move?
And then you vote to submit it.
do we, so I'm gonna vote to submit the capital and expense requests as discussed to the full board next week. All those in favor, or do I just do anyone opposed?
The easy way.
That's the easy way, right? Anyone opposed?
Here's Barbara Campbell here. She should have been on our list too. Okay.
As one.
You can ask if she has any comments, but she usually do.
No, you
go ahead.
Barbara, do you have any comments? We're about to finish for the budget list that
Oh,
we
I'm
sent.
sorry. I thought it started at 7.
No, we're in the budget committee hearing right now.
Oh. No, shall I wait or just hang or be quiet or what?
No, you're a member of the budget committee.
Oh,
Okay.
didn't know that.
Well, she does.
She's not
She has
prepared.
ADA.
Okay.
It'll be submitted as a general board, you'll have more time, and if any other comments, it's definitely gonna be discussed in the general meeting on the 25th.
Okay,
All right, no one is opposed, so this will be submitted to the full board for consideration next week.
And then minutes.
We vote on the minutes. Okay, this is for the budget committee to vote on the minutes that you received by email. And put her, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not on the budget committee. Correctly.
okay. So I'm gonna put.
I just ran in because Ed Colton said he would like.
Okay. All right. So to submit this to the, I'm sorry. To vote on the minutes as you received by email, we're gonna vote on that. Sylvia Alexander,
Approve.
okay. Margaret Della,
Approved.
Barbara Kale,
abstain. I wasn't there.
okay.
You can vote
can
even
vote
if you're not there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're there or not.
Okay, fine. I'm sure the minutes are fine.
Okay. Rashida Hilliard,
Yes.
Ed Green,
Yes.
Rabbi Bob Kaplan, absent. Daniel Rowan, absent. Ramdad Singh, absent. Deb Travis,
Approved.
Sergio Villaverde, absent. Debbie Allen. Okay,
I just wanna say for the record, Daniel did say he's ill, so he's gonna be fine.
okay. So we have
Martin
the,
Wolpa present.
I don't think.
This is for the budget.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Had I known, I would have represented EMS, but he didn't. So amazing.
so we have 8 in favor of the budget minutes. 6 in the form, we have a quorum. That's it.
A motion.
So a motion to adjourn the budget committee
Second.
meeting.
Second.
We are adjourned, sorry.